Hey there, Steve Krivda here, and the question of the day is, how do you deal with rejection? You see, if you're in the direct sales industry or the network marketing industry and you're doing your due diligence, chances are somebody's told you no, or you've gotten some sort of rejection along the way somewhere. So if you hang out with me for the next couple of minutes here, I'm going to share with you 3 tips that are not only going to help you get past that rejection, but come out the other side feeling pretty good about yourself. So tip number 1 is understand that it's not about you. So if you offer your product, service, or opportunity to somebody and they tell you no, either they don't like the product or they have some sort of an issue with the industry. Again, not you. So if it's the product, can't do anything about that. But if it's the industry, it could be an opinion that they formed from somebody telling them something, or they Googled it, or maybe they just had a bad experience in their past. See, they formed these preconceived notions by something that doesn't have anything to do with you. Okay, again, it's not that they don't trust you or love you, it just means that they have these opinions that they formed. You see, we're not here to beg or convince or plead anybody, we are only here to collect decisions. So if they tell you no and whatever, it doesn't matter, because like I said before, that has everything to do with them and not you, which is gonna lead me right into tip number 2, is how you react to what they say to you. If somebody tells you no or they're mean, take a deep breath and say, you can handle it a few different ways. You can say, oh man, awesome. You know what? I really appreciate you being upfront with me. Listen, I got a bunch of calls I got to make, but hey, let's hook up later on this week for some coffee or something like that. Okay? Or if they're like, oh, it's one of those scams, those things never work. And you can handle it like this. You know what? I hear what you're saying. So just curious, what would make you say something like that? Very non-resistant, and it would just make them think about it just for a second. Also, if you've done your homework earlier in the conversation, you'll find out why. See, we're problem solvers. Why what we have could fulfill something that could be lacking from the person's life, meaning money or time. So here's how it could go. This person says, you know what, those things I don't really know. I don't know if I can do that, or I don't think it's going to be for me. And I'll say, man, no problem. You know, I hear what you're saying. So just curious. Earlier in our conversation, you said that you were looking to create an extra $300 or $400 in your bank account each month. So just curious, you know, how else could you do that? Like, what are your options if you don't do something like this? And let them think about it for a second, because most people these days, they don't have any options at all. Okay? So there's just a couple of ways where you can just kind of pick yourself back up, because it's all about posture and how you feel. Rejection is a feeling. Is not a physical like pain. It's just how we feel, and we can make things occur to us however we want. Okay, so pick yourself back up, be postured. And tip number 3 is, this is the most awesome, is to ask for a referral. You see, real estate agents ask for referrals all the time, so why can't you do that? So if somebody says, you know what, man, I appreciate your time, Steve, this is just not going to be for me, I'll say, man, I hear what you're saying. So again, just curious. So just curious, do you know anybody that's looking to make a little extra money on the side? See, it does a couple of different things. You might get a referral, and secondly, it makes them think, you know what, I've got about half a dozen friends that might want to do something like this. Let me take another look at that video, Steve. See what I'm saying? The only positive can come out of asking for a referral. So it's not about you. Remember, it's not about you. It's usually about their preconceived notions about something that you're offering. Your reaction is key. Maintaining your posture and ask for a referral. It's what professionals do, and you are a professional. So I appreciate you for being here. If you got some value out of this, feel free to like it, share it, definitely leave me a comment. And look, if you're looking to generate more leads on and offline, I have an awesome system that I use that just really just brings me very awesome, laser targeted, just qualified leads. If you go to produceleadsdaily.com, you can check that out. Again, it's produceleadsdaily.com. Check that out, and I will see you on the other side. So have an awesome, awesome day. Bye-bye.